Hi everyone, my name is Enda and this is the Yarn and the Restless, a video place where I talk about my knitting and crocheting and sewing and spinning and whatever I'm up to currently. Right now it's mostly knitting and a little bit of crochet. And I will stand up in a moment to show you this cardigan, which is why I'm making the video this week. I have a testing call out right now and I have enough testers currently, but I would love to just put it out here as well if anyone watching this wants to test it, and also if anyone in the larger sizes wants to test it too. That I haven't filled all of those spots, and usually 36 to 48 inch circumference fills up really fast, and I would love to just get some of the larger sizes filled up too. So I'm gonna stand up now and kind of show you what's happening. Just side note, there are 2 I-cord closures to like tie in a little bow, and I have not made the second one. I'm gonna do it today, or I'm gonna start it today. As soon as I got the pattern done and put the testing call out, I just kind of set this down for a moment to just breathe. And then I didn't really need to make the second one because the weather has been so terrible, and I want to take this cardigan out into the hopefully soon beautiful weather to take photos of it, which isn't now, but so just know that there should be 2 eventually, and it'll tie in a very cute little bow right here. So here we are. There's a pocket, and there's folded hems on everything. And this closure eventually. I'm really happy with this design. I think it's my most wearable for myself cardigan. Learning a lot about what I like to wear on my body, and previously I've made quite a few fitted or garments that have positive ease but waist shaping, and I don't really want to wear that. I want to wear something with a lot of positive ease that's really comfy and drapey. And this yarn, I can't remember the exact specs of it, but it's a wool alpaca linen blend, which is just making it like drapey and airy, not airy, but light, like definitely a transitional weather type of piece. I'm gonna wear it in the spring and not get like too hot. I mean, I've been so excited about it that I wore it out to a cafe with a friend before I was done with the sleeves and the pockets. So it was just kind of straggly pieces here, but I didn't care. I felt so like excited and happy to have it on, which is a good sign. It is I keep saying collaboration, but I mean, they're not collaborating with me on anything, but Fiberco did give me yarn support for this. So if you wanted to use the Fiberco and make DK line of yarn, there is a discount code until the 27th of this month to purchase your own sweater quantity. I think it's 20% off. It's just required that if you want the discount code, you have to use this yarn, not these colors, but this yarn for this test knit. That's all. Yeah, I love this pocket. You know, I've always put pockets vertically where you can like put your hand in like this way. I'm really into this. I am gonna tack it down so it will be tacked down here and here so it doesn't just flop around in there. But here's a last look at it. There it is. So that's what I wanted to come on and show. And that's it. No, just kidding. I have a few other things to show. I did a very short crochet test for another designer. It was really fun. It felt really good to just put all of my knitting work aside for just 3 days and crochet this little parsnip buddy. I don't know if you guys are ready for how cute it is. It's ridiculous. Can I make it focus on him? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not in cinematic mode. Whatever. Here he is. The pattern is called Peter the Parsnip. So his name is Peter. Look at his little butt. It was really fun to make this. It was really fun to do somebody else's test. I don't know what to do with him now, though, that he's here. I don't know what to do with him. I was thinking about gifting him to my niece or my friend's baby, but these strings that like that are to imply the kind of little grooves and lines on a parsnip aren't that secure. They're just kind of, I put it through here, over, and then through here, and then I just wove in the ends. I didn't like tie it down. So those would easily get pulled out. And if I gift it, I could just pull those out, I guess, but I don't want to give a young child something where they can essentially pull it apart and maybe freak out that it's falling apart. But here he is. It's my little buddy. I don't know what to do with him, but he just kind of hangs out next to me now. The light's really strong, huh? Is that better? Let's look at Peter again. I love him. This is a little, I'm spending kind of too much time on him, but I've never made anything like this. I love him. Yeah, it's just so gray outside that I had to set up this light, but it's a little intense too. I have these beautiful flowers filling up my home. There's another vase in my home too, just to try to bring spring on a little early because I'm done with winter. I don't want to do it anymore, but the weather says otherwise. Okay, moving forward, I'm going to show you a couple other things that I've been working on. This is another design I'm making with Fiberco and Make DK yarn. Another design in the works. And it's worked from the bottom up. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but there are two horizontal pockets. So the opposite of the ones that I don't know what I'm trying to say. These ones you put your hand in this way. And this is a steek. It'll be cut open. It'll be a cardigan. And right now it's just pretty plain, but there are some other kind of textural elements that are going to go into it. And I'm really putting myself what am I saying? I'm really putting myself into gear. What? I'm really getting going on this one because this took way longer than I thought. This took me 2.5 months to make, which isn't really that long, but I just thought it was gonna be a lot less and that I would have both of these designs done and out by next month, and I'm not that far off, but that's not gonna happen. So I have that going as well. This isn't that interesting, but there's a yarn shop in San Francisco that I go to sometimes, and I love it. It's called Imagine It. It's wonderful. Really nice trip to San Francisco if I need something and want to make a day out of it. But they just opened a location in the East Bay where I live, and so I went in there and I picked up this. This is just some Cascade 220 fingering weight, 100% wool. So not their sock yarn, just wool. And I'm just making this panel. It will be a little tank top, and there will be kind of like a fuchsia hot pink detail to it, but right now this is what it looks like. And there's kind of a difference between here and here because I steamed this as I was going and I haven't steamed this yet. So this is just like the beginning. And it might be too big for me, but I don't know, we'll see. It's just nice to have plain, even though this is plain stockinette right now. It's nice to just put everything aside and work on this sometimes. Don't tell anybody that I'm not solely working on my designs that I need to be. So I have that as well. It's so soft, and I really want to make more tank tops and just like spring summer wear. I don't have any knits like that really. I guess the braided top I made last year fits that. But I want more. I don't want just one. I've also been sewing spring summer-esque tops. I've made one, but I have a few ready, and I just washed the fabric and I'm getting ready to do that. I'll show those all together next time. I'm not gonna get up and grab the one that I made so far, but it's really cute, and it has these side ties on the side, and you can see skin here, which I don't usually do, but fun. Okay, lastly, this is a design I'm making with spin cycle yarn. This is the yarn. Wow, it's so bright. It's kind of that bright in real life too. It's a little less. It's the, I think I talked about this last time, the Spinster's Daughter. So it's a collab that Spin Cycle did with the Farmer's Daughter fibers. And it's a sport weight, 100% superwash American wool. And the color is called Daddy State of Mind. Cute. So this is what the yarn looks like. They sent me this yarn support to design this, just in case that matters to anyone. And this is the beginning of the back panel. Can't really tell what's going on here, but this is honeycomb as well. It's just really bunched up until it gets steamed. So it's gonna be like this. This is the shoulder, saddle shoulder, but this is the back panel. Cool. And then there will be, you know, hem, cuff-esque something happening. So there's that. yeah, I need to get going with this too. So I have 2 self-imposed deadlines that matter. Like, I think the companies would definitely start checking in if I don't know, took longer than I said. So I have to get that underway. But that's really it. I wanted to show this off. And if you want to test it, please fill out the Google form. It'll be linked below. And yeah. Hey. I have about 10 people in testing right now, so I really don't need that many more. But again, the larger sizes, there's a few larger sizes open that I would love to fill. If you open the Google form, you can see the sizes. And so far, there has been a few things pointed out that I have fixed right away. But I do want to say the schematic and things like that, for the sleeve length, I'm struggling a little bit because I myself am a very petite person and I'm very short, and I have noticed when I design a torso garment, I have to add points in the pattern where one can lengthen, and even if I didn't and called it like a cropped garment, I would still want to put notes of like where you could lengthen it if you don't want a cropped one. I think that's fine, but I don't know if everyone like agrees or approves of that. So with the sleeve length, my arms are pretty short. So the schematic starts here, and because it's a drop shoulder, you have, depending on your shoulder width too, so it's like so tailored to each individual, you have X amount of length going down into the sleeve. The schematic shows from here to the cuff as the length, and then there are 2 points in the pattern where you can lengthen the sleeve if you choose to. So you can lengthen it here, or you can add an extra one of these, or 2 if you need to, but this is about 2.5 inches. I would recommend, if you're gonna lengthen your sleeve, to do it down here, just because this has been calculated to match up here. It's not going to match up perfectly for some people. It'll be like this, or it'll be like this, but relatively close. And it would just be really easy to continue this down since this doesn't match up anyways. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think about having patterns put in notes of where you can lengthen parts of the garment. There's notes in the pattern of, you know, if you want the whole garment to be longer, you can lengthen it here before you separate for the back and the front panels. I think that's the easiest way to accommodate the human form in all of its shapes, sizes, and whatnot, and just desired fit. But let me know what you think about that. It's a tech edited pattern. It's a pattern, and there are parts of it that you can modify and are encouraged to modify, so it fits you right. Personally, when I have knit other people's patterns, I am often having to modify to shorten things for myself. So like if this was made for somebody much taller, I actually wouldn't have figured that out until later, and would have to rip back to perhaps start this sooner so I could have like everything that the pattern offers but in a shorter form for myself. So I think it's important to have notes like that in patterns So if you have longer arms or shorter arms, you can know what you're getting into. I actually don't think any of my testers are upset with me, but I just feel like some of them are like, hey, I have longer arms, like this seems short, and I'm like, hey, like you can lengthen it here and here, and it says in the pattern. And I think I'm not somebody that wants the pattern, or not wants, but needs the pattern to tell me exactly what to do every step of the way. I like having a pattern and then making it fit me, which I think I want to encourage everyone to do, especially with their knitting. Like, you're spending all this time making something. I think it's so important to tailor it to yourself and have the ability to tailor it to yourself, so you don't put in all these hours and then end up with something where you either have to rip back or you don't feel like ripping back and it just sits there. I don't want that. I don't want that for anyone. I don't want it for myself. So it's a pattern that has recipes, kind of notes on how to tailor it to your body. Yeah, let me know if you hate that or if you love it. And Peter and I are gonna sign off. Thank you so much for being here and watching my videos, and I would love to hear what you're making and what you're up to and what you think of this, the Grove cardigan. The test will run until May 6th, possibly longer if people need it, but I really would like it to be done May 6th. And then the pattern is proposed to be published May 10th, but could be the following week. That's it. That's my schedule. Okay, next time, hopefully I'll have more to show. This is maybe my shortest video, but thank you for being here, and I hope you are taking time to take care of yourself and be nice and loving to the people around you. Bye.